Hi there.
Tyler Keith. Plugged on. We're here with an album review, this time the new album from the band Arch Enemy entitled Will to Power. This is their second album with Elisa White-Gluz on vocals, and the follow-up to 2014's War Eternal. This album also, Jeff Loomis is on it. Jeff Loomis is in this band. Jeff Loomis of Nevermore fame. He's an incredible guitar player. That's something we'll talk about later. But yeah, new Arch Enemy. It's here. What'd you think of it?
I like this album. I think I'll have to listen to it more. At least as of right now, which is just a couple days after coming out. I might like this album more than War Eternal, but I think that's because there's a few things that I think are very different. So like, Arch Enemy's great because they have fucking riffs.
Mm-hmm.
They're another one of those bands that have riffs, and examples would be, I think my favorite example of this is from the song A Fight I Must Win. Like, just every riff in that song I like. I like the verse riff, and then the, kind of the chorus. Arch Enemy's it's weird because, I'll be honest, Arch Enemy's a band that, I don't always come back to all that often, but, when I do, it's yeah, because, I listen to, War Eternal and, other songs and older songs like Ravenous, and it's yeah, these songs are awesome. Why am I not listening to this more often? And there's... Whoops.
Didn't get copyright strike.
Copyright.
What are you doing?
Damn! Shut it down. Shut the whole thing down.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of cool songs on this album. I like The World Is Yours. I especially like the chorus in that song. And there's other songs like that. The Eagle Flies Alone is cool. Actually, The First Day in Hell. I think that's a single or something that they put out, and I do thoroughly enjoy that song. And then there's also just some different kinds of things, like Reason to Believe, which has clean vocals, which is weird because I would have never expected it. I know that Elisa did clean vocals while she was in The Agonist, and I know that she has a good singing voice. But looking at Arch Enemy, I was like they're just not going to use that, and then they did, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. So that's why I really like that song. It's also just different tonally from the rest of the album, and I just think that this album is kind of very nicely put together. And it's just in a lot of ways, because there's those songs like The Race and whatnot, and all the songs that I just mentioned, but then Set Flame to the Night is that's it's just an intro song, but I'm dude, this is really good. It's a really good intro song, and it's I just love all this stuff. On a lot of times, like Tyler said, Jeff Loomis is on this album, but I don't know if you could necessarily notice in a lot of ways. In some spots, maybe, but
yeah, I think you can kind of tell with some solos. I think because there's some solos on here that fucking rip. I'm just this just has a Jeff Loomis feel to it. But in terms of riffage and stuff, yeah, it came out before this album that he didn't really have a lot of input on this album. He's just kind of there. You can kind of tell. I mean, Michael Amott's kind of the mastermind behind this band, and in terms of riffage and stuff, this album does not stray from the path, for Arch Enemy. How funny. They both put out albums the same day. But it doesn't, go outside of their boundaries at all in terms of riffage.
Nah, yeah, but like I said, I thoroughly enjoy Arch Enemy's riffage. And then Elisa does another great job, another great performance of vocals. I really like her vocals, because it's yeah, it's a scream vocals, but, it very much sounds different. And that probably has to do with the fact that she's a lady, but but still, I don't know. I almost like that better in some ways than because I'm not the biggest fan of scream vocals. I more again, probably my favorite genre is power metal, which is why I was really happy when they did the clean vocals up. But I do really like her vocals on a lot of the album, especially in a lot of the choruses. Again, probably my favorite chorus is "The World Is Yours." I just really like that chorus in this song. But yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed this album, and I don't want to ramble because I know I'm rambling, but I wanted to get to the point. I was yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this album. Maybe over time I'll have to listen a little bit more to War Eternal and this album, but I think I might like this more than War Eternal. Maybe.
I enjoy this album. It has taken, with every listen, I like it more. Like upon first listen, I was like, I just do not know how I feel about this. But it definitely has taken a lot longer for it to come around than War Eternal did for me. But it's cool. It has some incredible moments, and especially guitar wise. Like, we were saying that it doesn't really go outside of what Arch Enemy has known. But that's not a bad thing at times, because some of these riffs are fucking awesome. I love the riffs in The World Is Yours and The Eagle Flies Alone. I love how just big and epic sounding the lead guitars and the choruses of those songs are, especially The World Is Yours. It just sounds awesome production-wise. Like, they made that shit pop. It is awesome. I love the guitar harmonies during Blood in the Water. I think that one's really good. But then you like the solos in Blood in the Water and in The World Is Yours and Murder Scene. All of them are awesome. Like, there's some really great stuff on here. And then you have like the Reason to Believe, which during the chorus is cool, but then has kind of a little corniness at the end with like the da-da-da, it's cool. It's fun, And then you have, Reason to Believe, I think, is a cool song because it's different for Arch Enemy. Elisa's there, her, growls and all that stuff, they sound great. Very heavy at times, very, like, fucking, sometimes you might not even be able to tell that that's a female doing that. It's awesome, but, you take Reason to Believe, which she sounds like so overly brutal during that chorus, but then she uses clean vocals, and I'm all in favor of that. I don't think Arch Enemy should primarily have clean vocals or, start doing the whole scream during the verses, clean vocals in the chorus sort of thing. But if they can use it more where it's appropriate, that's awesome because she has a great voice. And definitely the more they can use the talents of everybody to their best abilities, that would be awesome. That brings me to Jeff Loomis of like, okay, you don't want to change Arch Enemy's sound too much, yet you sort of are a little bit with clean vocals, but like, you have fucking Jeff Loomis in the band. Okay, him doing solos and stuff, that's awesome, that takes that to a whole nother level, but you're all smart songwriters. If he writes something and you go, I don't know if that's really Arch Enemy, you can tell, but I just feel you have Jeff Loomis. Here's a great way to maybe just expand what Arch Enemy is even further, and you're kind of not doing that. I just really hope that if Jeff Loomis stays in the band, the next album, they take it a little bit further. I don't want Arch Enemy to completely change their sound and everything, but I'm sure they can figure some stuff out of like, that's an Arch Enemy riff, we can make that work with our sound. That's not. Whatever, Or like even like leads or whatever. He's a super fucking talented guitar player, and I'm sure he's a very challenging guitar player to keep up with. Maybe that's a problem there, but Michael Amott's a great guitar player too. It's like, there's so much talent in this band, I just want them to push everything to the best of their abilities. And yeah, it's cool that they're changing some stuff with clean vocals and all that stuff, but take it to another level, man. Otherwise, I think it is a good album. It's got a fucking fantastic production to it. Some cool songs, great riffs. It's Arch Enemy. I don't know if I like it more than War Eternal, but this album has been growing on me more over time, so we'll see. Anything else?
Not really.
Score?
I give it an 8 out of 10. I feel like this is a good 8 out of 10 album.
I agree. 8 out of 10. The only score that matters.
Yep.
So let us know what you think of Will to Power by Arch Enemy. See you later.